Alright, howdy YouTube, this is Rock, and we're going to be playing another edition of Heroes of the Storm, and the patch just dropped today, so the new hero, Dehaka, just came out, so I thought I'd do a first play video on him. As you see, I have not played him at all, 0 experience points, and I know a lot of videos have been going up from people playing him on the PTR. I have actually been avoiding those videos too, so that I can have a fresh play for myself and see what I think. I did have to pick up this awesome robotic skin for him. It just looks really cool. I can't wait until I actually get some of the other colors. I love the blue and the black red one. It's gonna look really sweet. Alright, so let's go over his abilities, and I came up with a talent build. I had to just kind of make one together, so I thought this would work to try to begin with. But his abilities, his Q ability is called Drag. It lashes out with your tongue, dealing some damage to the first enemy it hits and drags them with you for 1.75 seconds. I don't know if that kind of sounds like a little bit of a hook ability from Stitches. Kind of lash out with your tongue, grab them, and drag them along with you. So definitely it sounds like a good ability for people running away from you or whatever. You can pull them back to the team fight, or if you want to pull them, say, into the towers or something like that, just so they take some extra damage, just grab them and back up, kind of thing. That kind of sounds like what it's going to be like for me. I don't know what kind of range it's going to be. I'm sure it's going to be a skill shot, just like the hook ability on Stitches. His W ability is called Dark Swarm. It deals 60 damage a second to nearby enemies for 3 seconds, and becomes able to move. You become able to move through units. So that's kind of interesting. That means that somebody. It sounds like they're really not going to be able to body block you. So if you're really trying to get away, you can drop this Dark Swarm, and it allows you to get through them so they can't body block you into a corner. Now that's an interesting mechanic, if that's how it actually works, for a warrior type creature. So I'm going to be very curious to see how that actually works. And as note, it does double damage to heroes. So they will be taking more damage if they're going to stand in your way. Right? It can also be cast during Drag and Burrow, which is the next ability. So you can drag somebody and walk away and walk right through other people, it sounds like. The E ability is called Burrow. Burrow into the ground, entering stasis and becoming invulnerable for 2 seconds. So this sounds kind of like an escape. It's an oh crap kind of button. I'm getting killed. I'm going to burrow into the ground so that they can't get to me for at least 2 seconds. I have been looking at the talents. You can talent into this to make this more powerful or more effective. So it'll be interesting to see how people use it. The talent ability. Now you gain 10 essence for takedowns. So every time you kill a hero, you gain 10 essence. And you gain 2 essence for nearby enemies dying. Or minions dying. So that means when you clear a lane, there's normally about 7 minions. So if you clear an entire lane, you could get 14 essence. So you activate to consume all the essence and heal yourself. So it's a heal for 29 health over 5 seconds for each essence. Maximum of 50 essence. And it can be cast during Drag and Burrow. So that's a substantial amount of healing. Again, I'm assuming that the 29 health scales with your level. But even so, at 50 essence, if I dump that all, that's almost 1,000 points of healing over a 5-second period. That's a huge amount of healing. So that's cool. That sounds like you're going to be very sustainable, it sounds like, with this. And you can talent into this ability too to make it more powerful. His 2 heroics is Isolation. You launch biomass that hits the first enemy hero, dealing 200 damage, silencing and slowing them for 30 seconds, or for 30% for 3 seconds. And it only allows them to see very short distance, so it limits their view of the map for 6 seconds. So this is an interesting ability. Does damage, it silences and slows them, so this is going to be a huge team fight takedown ability. It's going to limit their visibility. It does damage and slows them, so I could see that being very popular. The other heroic is adaptation. After 5 seconds, heal for 60% of the damage you took over that period. So use this right in the middle of a team fight. So over 5 seconds, you're going to get all that damage, or a large portion of that damage you took over that 5-second period, and it's going to return back to you. That can be pretty powerful too. I mean, if you're going to get into a lot of team fights, and this is, by the looks of him, a frontline warrior, so he's going to be right in the fray most of the time, I'm guessing. That can be very, very powerful heal. Now, as a note, he doesn't actually have a mount. He can't mount, but he has this ability called Brush Stalker. So you burrow to a brush or a bush on the battlefield. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to handle. I don't know if you're going to have much. I'm assuming you're going to have control over that. You're going to have to like pick a bush to burrow to. And it's got a 40-second cooldown, so that's quite a long cooldown. It sounds, honestly, it sounds a little bit like the ability for Falstad, where he can just kind of fly around. You just kind of have to have a bush to go to, it sounds like. So that's kind of an interesting mount ability for him. No mounts, he's just going to burrow through the ground and come up in a bush. So I was looking at the talents, the talent selections for him, and I came up with a couple builds for him, but the first one I'm going to try is I'm going to try to buff his trait ability. He has a few buffs to his trait. So his trait again is the collecting essences and being able to heal himself. I really want to give that a try. So I'm going to start out by doing a build for just a bunch of the trait buffs. So the first one at level 1 that I decided to try is Tissue Regeneration. Collecting 50 essences permanently increases your health regeneration by 5 up to 50. So that it sounds like that once you have your maximum essence built up. Now the only question I have about this is if you lose them during death. That's the only thing I'm questioning. Or if it's just when you use it. But it sounds like you're going to be building these essences really quickly. I mean, for every lane you clear, or every wave of minions, you get 14. So you clear a couple of waves and you're already going to have 50. So once you hit 50, you're going to just be regenerating so much more. So I wanted to give that a try. I'm curious to see if you lose all those stacks when you die, but we'll get into that once we get into the game. At level 4, we're also going to be boosting the trait. This time I'm going with One Who Collects. It increases the essence collected from minions by 50%. So if you remember, going back here, you get 2 essences for every minion. So that means with this trait at level 4, you're now going to be getting 3 essences for every minion. That means clearing an entire lane, you're going to have 21 essences. So just one pack of them, and you're already going to be almost halfway to your max of 50. That seems really cool. And it also means going back to level 1, getting this healing, the tissue regeneration. That means so much quicker you're going to be at your max, and you're just going to be regenerating hit points all the time, it sounds like. Alright, level 7, we're going to be going with Essence Devourer. Collecting regeneration globes grants 10 essence. Well, look at this. That means you clear a lane, you get 3 for every, so you get 21. And then you grab the globe from the wizard there, and you get 31 essence. Just for 1 pack at level 7. 2 packs, and you're already maxed easily. That also means you're going to have so much more healing all the time, it sounds like. To me, this sounds like a very sustainable warrior. At level 10, we're going to go with Isolation. Launch a biomass that hits the first enemy hero, so it sounds like it targets whoever's closest to you, dealing 200 damage, silencing and slowing them for 30% for 3 seconds. And it also allows them to see a very short distance. So this is the one we were talking about when we were going over the abilities. I liked this ability better than the adaptation, only because the healing in this sounds like it's really nice, but with all these other traits, I think I'm going to be pumping out the healing and way more anyway, and I don't know if I really want more healing on top of everything anyway. So I went with this one, a damager. Silence is slower, makes it easier to slow these people, then potentially use your Q ability to grab them and pull them back while they're being slowed. Lots of combo combinations that could be used for this. 13, I decided to try Ferocious Stalker. Your Brush Stalker, which is your mount ability, instead of having a mount, you're going to do this. Increases your movement speed by 60%, decaying over 3 seconds. So it sounds like you use your Brush Stalker, you come out of the bush, and you're just going to be running on your way. 60% movement speed. That's a huge amount of movement speed after coming out of your brush ability. So the other ones are nice too, but I kind of wanted to try this one out. At level 16, I decided to go with Rapid Regeneration. More healing. This guy is going to be hard to kill, especially in late game. Burrow heals you for 304 damage over 2 seconds. So we go back to Burrow. You're going to become invulnerable for 2 seconds. So that means you use your Burrow, you're instantly going to be healed for, I'm assuming it's going to scale again, for 304 damage. So by the time you use this is going to be a huge amount of healing over a 2-second period. And level 20, I decided to try the upgrade to the Isolation and get Contagion. So the Isolation hits all heroes near the first target. So this is huge for team fights. Once you get to level 20, it's like you use your heroic ability, hits that first hero. If there's a good 3-4 of them, which is pretty common for team fights, it's going to hit them all. And that's going to be huge. It's going to be a huge amount of damage just pelted out to everybody in the field. So that is the build that I'm going to try. Most of it is focusing on my trade ability, so it's going to be heal, 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 which seems like a good place for me to start, I think. So that is the talent build I'm going to go with. So we're going to queue up for a quick match and see what we get. Okay, well that was kind of a long queue. I think everybody's trying to get in here. Well, we got the Garden of Terror today. And on the friendly team, we got me as Dehaka, we got Lunara, we got Brightwing, Diablo, and Jaina. Interesting. No healing. We got Illidan, Jaina, Diablo, Malfurion, and Zeratul on the enemy team. So that's going to be kind of interesting. On the Garden Terror, if you haven't played this map at all before, what's going to happen is at certain points it's going to turn into a night phase. During the night phase, these little, what are called shamblers, will appear, and also a boss. Both sets, one set on the top and one set on the bottom of the map. And when you kill these things on the boss, these little seeds will drop. So you have to collect these seeds. Once you collect 100 seeds, a garden terror will grow for your side, which one of your teammates can then get into and control and run around and hopefully do some damage. Alright, we got long loads too today. I guess everybody's trying to get in on these new patch day and try out the new stuff, and a lot of changes to heroes' talents and abilities and stuff. So I guess everybody's trying to get in and try them out. So it's a little bit of a longer than usual. So this is going to be kind of an interesting makeup. We do have the support of Brightwing on our side, which can be very good. We definitely have a long poke with Lunara, which is nice. We're also going to have another front-end tank, so we got dual tanks on our side. Jaina is going to be really nice for poke in the back with Lunara. And then on their side, they have a Diablo, which is really their only front-end tank. But they also do have a Malfurion, which is a good healer.
I hope you're ready, friend.
So I'm just going to let them know that this is the first time I'm playing this guy. So like I said, we're going to go with a trait build. So we're going to go with tissue regeneration. Okay.
The gates shall open in 10 seconds.
So nobody's coming down here, so we're going to come down here to the bottom lane. Let's see what these abilities look like. Q ability. Oh yeah, very short, aimable ability. W is the area effect thing. E burrows into the ground. Interesting. The trait, which we have no trait for yet. And then, oh boy. Come on, that was cool. I grabbed Illidan with my tongue and pulled him back.
Heroes, night will fall in just a few moments. I hope you're ready.
So I am just trying to clear these lanes because I am trying to get essence up. Oh lord. Use my trait ability and heal up.
No mercy.
Someone's been practicing.
Alright, so interesting. So as I hit... Oh lord. So as I hit my mount ability, a whole bunch of selections appear on my screen of where I could possibly go. So that was kind of interesting. So let's go there. Look at that. Oh, that was really cool. All right, let's go like.
You have been slain.
All right, so level 4. Let's see. We're gonna go with one who collects.
This is why I collect.
Alright. So we have to remember on that it's a 40-second cooldown. Oh, get out of the stun. There we go. Yeah, and now I think I'm getting used to it a little bit. I think I'm starting to get used to it a little bit. That tongue is definitely very usable. So I'm gonna let them know that I am going there. So find a bush, go up there, and I'm gonna try taking on this guy by myself and see what happens. Oh, stunned me. So level 7, we're gonna go with the Essence Devourer. We're gonna use our trait, heal up.
Yes, that is enough. Soon the garden terror will be yours.
Can we grab him? Oh.
Not let you die. The terror awaits. Come, take its power.
How are we doing?
Excellent.
I've died 4 times.
Uproot
Yay!
your enemy's force.
But hey, I'm sucking up a lot of damage, which is what I'm supposed to be doing as a tank.
And with it, my children must rest.
Alright, so I'm gonna run up here with these guys. And see what we can do. Run with the terror here.
Yes. Destroy this fort.
My plants are fond of blood. Are you all right?
Oh, almost got him. Ooh, level 10. So now we're gonna be able to get isolation.
With your essence, I will rise.
So we're dying a lot, but you know, I am absorbing 20,000 experience points, or 20,000 hit points at 8 seconds into, or 8 minutes into the game. Alright, so let's see. Nobody is down here, so I'm gonna soak. Let them know I'm on my way down here. Grab a globe. Oh, you got Hunt. Ah, they're focusing me. Taking me down.
The night comes.
These mercenaries could be of use to us.
Remember, kill the shamblers and claim their seeds.
We really need to like group up here and like get together. Because without grouping, if we group up, we can all roam together, and if they come at us, we can just take them out. But everybody's all like split up.
What a joyous night to
Focus
have
upon
a
this hero.
curse.
Alright, so we got the night phase here. So let's just take out these guys. He does some pretty good damage. I'm trying to... Hopefully at the next fight I'm going to try using my heroic ability.
Focus upon this hero.
Alright. I find that I really just need to use my Dark Swarm as much as possible.
Retreat. Unworthy.
Level 13, we're going to go with Ferocious Stalker.
Defend this fort.
The enemy's terror has sprung. Your fort has fallen.
You know, heal up here. See if we can get away from Jaina.
You must heal soon.
Stick with the group. Oh, almost. The tongue ability is really nice that he has, but he's kind of slow, so he doesn't have much of a chase ability.
Spill their blood.
Way to go.
Fort lost. Double kill.
Way to go.
enough seeds, the terror grows!
I see.
Admit it, you enjoy that.
You hunted the wrong.
So he doesn't have a huge amount of chase ability.
Terror awaits you. Come and take its power. Nice.
Alright, level 16. We're gonna go with the rapid regeneration. Heal up. Get some pressure going with this. And we're gonna go here. Get close to our terror.
Enemy with
Hunted the wrong game.
So the heroic ability is another skill shot, which I wasn't really prepared for, but that's okay. There we go. We got Malfurion out of there.
is compost. Killing spree.
Heal up. Now look at that healing. That was a huge amount of healing.
Worthy sacrifice.
That was a huge amount of healing.
Your enemies is
Ugh, he got me.
You are not prepared.
That was, I definitely have to say he definitely has. I mean, I
Nightfall.
used that trait ability, and that was
More
huge
fertilizer.
amount of healing coming out of that trait. I mean, it was almost, I mean, I was close to being dead, and it was almost a full heal. I mean, it was over a period of time, but that was huge.
Disappointed. Learn from this.
And I have to get used to this heroic because it is a skill shot, which I wasn't actually prepared for, but that's okay. And I have to remember about my burrow. I haven't been doing burrow. That's a huge amount of healing also.
Me. I follow.
All right, well, where do we want to go? They say group up, but not really. Ooh, when you can land that tongue, oh man. When you can land that tongue, that is good. And you combine that together with the W ability. I think that's Draka's wombo combo. Is the tongue and the W ability, putting it together. Cause look at that! Oh, look at that damage! Oh man, that was wonderful. All right, so we're gonna go with the heroic here. Let's see, can we hit him? Can we get him? Can we get him? Can we get him? Tongue? Yeah, yeah! Go down, Diablo! All right, now I'm seeing this guy's potential. Now that I've gotten used to this. This guy's potential is huge if you can land those abilities. The combos. Oh, gotta heal up. Let's use Burrow. Heal up. Oh, he got me. I'm gonna die. I was way too deep. Stasis field. Heal up. Oh, he polymorphed me. Use W. Oh, man. That combo is great, though. If you can get the tongue off and use your W ability when you pull them back because it stuns them. That does a lot of damage. And when you have 50 stacks of the essence, you heal back a lot. I'm finding that the Burrow didn't heal me a whole lot. But it is, I mean, it's a quick 600 over 2 seconds, so that's not a bad thing.
It's over for now, but don't get too comfortable. The infested will return again.
Strength returns. Thankful. I will collect.
All right. So I gotta start collecting the stacks again. See if we can take out these guys. Alright, everybody's coming up here. No, down here.
More fertilizer.
I will collect your essence.
My plants are fond of blood.
Night falls once more, and soon the shadows shall rise.
And that was a win! Alright, I can definitely see this guy's potential.
You've done your part
He has, with this build that I did, he has tons of healing. I didn't see a huge amount of damage coming out of him, so maybe a different build might be a little better. But he has tons and tons of healing coming out with this ability, with this build that I just did. I mean, that was phenomenal. Look at that, 89,000. I only killed one guy. I died 8 times. I had 18 assists. See, not a huge amount of damage. 37,000 for Siege and 35 for Hero. And I do feel with this build that I did that his damage was a little lacking. But his survivability was huge definitely once you got up there. I think doing a build that focuses on a little bit of healing for him and doing that combo I found of doing the drag with the E. I mean, if we could, or with the W ability, the Dark Swarm, if you can really boost that Dark Swarm ability, you drag them into that dark swarm, I think you could get some really good combos going on. And I know I saw a bunch of boost to the Dark Swarm ability, so it's definitely something to try, I think. But I think the healing was phenomenal. I mean, I hit that trait ability after getting 50 stacks, and it was like, you saw it, I was like almost dead, and like almost the entire bar filled up. Once I got going, I hardly ever went back to the sippy cup to get any healing back, because I could just do it myself once I get 50 stacks. So that was phenomenal. I really like this guy. Actually, he seems extremely cool. I think more practice. I definitely had to practice on the heroic ability, the isolation. I wasn't prepared the first couple times for it to be a skill shot and how far I was going to be. But once, I mean, if you can land that, you don't really have to be too skilled. If you could land that in a team fight, you got 2 or 3 people there, just hit one of them, especially once you hit the level 20 talent down here, where it just jumps to all the heroes nearby. You could just start pelting that out. All right, so that was another exciting episode of Heroes of the Storm. There definitely was some train wrecks. I missed some skill shots there, first time trying this guy out, but I can definitely see the huge potential on this guy. So in the comments below, please, if you know of a build you want me to try out, or another hero that you'd like me to try, then leave in the comments, let me know. Don't be afraid to hit me up on Twitter, on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Just let me know, hit me up. All my links are down below. And I have actually started doing some Twitch streaming also, so I will put that link in the description below also. I am hoping to start doing that on Saturday evenings, to start with anyway. So thank you for stopping by. Thumbs up, subscribe, and leave me some comments. I love hearing the feedback from my fans and everything. And I will see you next time.